What's going on? We back with the Boxing Clinic. More. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back. And we talking about the final thoughts for this Premier Boxing Champion Showtime card. Kick off at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is the headliner. Abner Mares taking on Leo Santa Cruz for the WBC Diamond Belt. Laughing at that. In the WBA regular champion Abner Mares taking on the Super WBA champion Leo Santa Cruz. Now, if you worry about conflict in time, yes, Terrence Crawford and Jeff Horn fights on the ESPN Plus app in Las Vegas. This fight is at Staples Center in Los Angeles. And the Jeff Horn card kicks off with Terrence Crawford at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This card is staggered time at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know, with the co-feature being Jermell Charlo taking on Austin Trout. And that co-feature has Jose Pedraza featured in that co-feature, who Gervonta Tank Davis destroyed a couple fights ago. And if Pedraza wins, he's going to fight Ray Beltran August 25th for Ray Beltran's WBO lightweight belt. But to get into this fight, both fighters made weight, the 126-pound featherweight limit. Abner Mares came in at 125.8. Leo Santa Cruz came in a little bit less than that at 125.4 pounds. Yes, they made the 126-pound limit. This should be a good fight, but I think, to say the least, I had a lot of negative feedback because how both of these guys with Carl Frampton, Scott Quigg, religiously and consistently dug Rigondeaux, even with Rigondeaux before Lomachenko was talking about coming up to 126 pounds. And they were talking about moving up then and avoiding him again. And they did. They really did. They the Duck Crew. You know, these two, Carl Frampton, Scott Quigg. A lot of boxing fans continue not to give them their respect. And not only that, both of them consistently dug Gary Russell as well. So, you know, if, Leo Santa Cruz wins, it's a strong rumor. And Steven Espinoza said he's going to try to make a unification bout for Gary Russell. He's going to fight Gary Russell next and actually get Gary Russell to fight 2 times in the calendar year. Abner Mares said he's moving up to 130 regardless. So, to talk about, I did a lot of prediction on this on Sunday. To talk about a little bit of what I said. Said Leo Santa Cruz is the better fighter, the more gifted fighter in my opinion. He's a taller fighter. If he boxing uses his length and his height and his distance, he shouldn't have no problem in this fight, even if he mix it up like he did in the first fight, because this is a rematch. It's Leo Santa Cruz, Abner Mares too. He shouldn't have too much of a problem because for a taller and longer fighter for this weight class, Leo Santa Cruz shortened his punches up as good as I've seen in any tall fighter in the history of boxing, and he gets him home just as quick as a shorter arm fighter, and he gets leverage on him as well. He's not a huge puncher. Abner Mares is not a big puncher at this weight as well, so I wouldn't expect a knockout. I think Santa Cruz is going to box a little bit, mix it up too for the fans. There's a huge fight in Southern California, but as far as the box community that I've been around going to different shows, maybe Corey Elite Boxing, maybe whatever other shows I've been on or been a part of, and the comments I've been reading on YouTube and Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. A lot of people are not excited about this fight. More people are excited about the Terrence Crawford-Jeff Horn fight. I rarely did videos on this fight this week because it's not in demand. I remember I was announcing that they may do this rematch sometime, I think last year when they did a voluntary split card with Chris Avalos and Leo Santa Cruz, and Abner Mares was fighting on Clayar. I talked about it then. People didn't care about it. Some people still don't care about the fight. I don't really believe overall in the boxing community, but I think Leo Santa Cruz is going to win a little bit more comfortably and widely tomorrow, about 3 points, I believe, over Abner Mares in a unanimous decision. And I think Abner Mares wants to move up to 130 and fight Tank. And I think, strong rumors are going to say Leo Santa Cruz is going to finally strap his nuts on and step out of shield and fight Gary Russell. A lot of people didn't like the fact that Santa Cruz didn't fight Carl Frampton in Ireland in a rubber match when he lost to Frampton, and Frampton gave him a rematch in L.A. So, yeah, it's a lot of people ain't feeling what Santa Cruz doing, but if he fight Gary Russell, he going to get a lot of respect from the boxing fans. This should be a good fight. But my main attention, my TV will be on Jeff Horn and Terrence Crawford, which comes on at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I had this one on the computer, on the phone, watching this as well. Like I said, it's a 30-minute stagger time between the difference, so I wish it was a little bit different, but both fights are on the West Coast. And like I said, this is definitely a fight that you want to show a casual fan. Won't be no knockdowns, but it might be a whole bunch of punches thrown in this fight. And they mixed it up real well last time, but the fans just don't respect the duck move and the duckery and the punkness that they producing. But it is what it is. But we're going to get into talking about the co-feature, which in my opinion, it don't really move me, at all. And I really like the Charlo twins. But you got Jermell Charlo, 154-pound WBC champion, taking on Austin Trout, former WBA world champion at junior middleweight. Both made weight. Both made 154 pounds on the nose. Austin Trout looks in good physical condition. He came back on the Victor Ortiz, Devin Alexander card in El Paso, Texas, off TV air in the 8th-rounder. He didn't get the knockout. He had a unanimous decision. And I think that's really been a problem in his career. Ultimately, him not having power caught up with him, and him not being the strongest fighter and the quickest and the fastest. He was a really, really good boxer, but he just didn't have the power to really hurt or shock anybody. And that really showed when it came to the Canelo-Lara fight and, Charlo Hart and his Jermell Charlo and the Swift Jerry Hurd fight. And Jermell Charlo has been kind of irritated because people keep comparing him to Jermell Charlo and what he's going to do versus Austin Trout. Well, when he accepted this fight, he knew that comparison would be made. And most people consider him the more naturally gifted fighter, as far as the two. But like I said, this dude is in not even a high risk. He in a no-win situation pretty much. If he don't knock out Austin Trout in spectacular fashion and dominate him, then people going to say, see, he ain't that good. Jaime Munguia could get him, Swift Jerry Hurd to beat him. So at the end of the day, he's still not fighting any opponents that could put him in the top 10 pound-for-pound list conversation, in my opinion. And a lot of people got mad when I said that. I said he don't have that crossover polarizing fight. And for him, it'll be Swift Jerry Hurd and eventually Jaime Munguia because he said he's not moving up to 160. And for Austin Trout, this is an opportunity for him to upset the apple cart, him to come out on top, be world champion one more time. People say, how does Austin Trout keep getting those opportunities? Because he's a household name. He's a brand name. He's going to sell. He's, a glorified, stepping stone journeyman right now. I say that in the most respectful manner. But at the end of the day, could he win this fight? Yeah, anything is possible in boxing. Ever since I seen Miguel Cotto beat down Sergio Martinez, I stopped giving fighters zero chance. So he does have a chance. I'll give him about a 15% chance to win this fight. But like I say, I think Jermell Charlo has to, dominate and look good doing it. You talk all that trash. You want to be a top fighter. You got to do what you're supposed to do with a guy like Austin Trout, and that's dispose of him and leave no residue behind. And I like Austin Trout as a guy that I interviewed before. A lot of respect for the brother. I think he's a humble brother. I think he can fight. He just, lacked power to move up. He too big to move down, so he really stuck at this weight, and he got to make this weight. And this is probably going to be his last hurrah. And he gotta start. He gotta, if he upset here, he back in the game. But pretty much, Jermell Charlo can't let that happen. If he has a subpar performance and don't do what he's supposed to do with him, then people are just going to keep shoving that Swift Hurd shit. Like, look what Hurd did to him. You ain't do shit. In the meantime, people forget how Austin Trout was legitimately outboxing Hurd. And if Jermell Charlo destroys Austin Trout, like I think he should and will, people still going to say Swift Jerry Hurd did it first. Jermell Charlo, his brother, did it first. They going to still say Lara and Canelo did it first. So basically, this is a lose-lose situation for him. This does nothing for his career, nothing positive for his career. It's just a stay busy fight. And what I'm hearing, Amir Khan is going to come back in September. And Kell Brook might come back in July versus Gabriel Rosado, and they might meet at the end of the year. So that may open the door up for him in a Swift Jerry Hurd fight. If Stephen Espinoza could push the envelope for Swift Jerry Hurd. And hopefully Swift Jerry Hurd can fight a right-hander like they're trying to fight before they fight Jermell Charlo. They want to fight a right-hander first, and I don't think the Swift Hurd and Kell Brook fight is going to happen for Hurd. So hopefully he can get a fight in and then fight Charlo at the end of the year, beginning of next year. But to get technical, how I think this fight is going to end or go down, I think is basically on Charlo come out, be aggressive. Austin Trout might kind of put a couple rounds in the bank early because he a little awkward. He gonna box. I still think he probably got his faculties and he probably got a little bit of speed and agility with him. But I think ultimately, Charlo figure him out about the third round. He starts shooting to the head. You might see some body work mixed in there from Charlo to bring Trout hands down. I think he's going to end up landing a big right hand straight down the middle. And I think he's going to beat the shit out of Austin Trout to submission. I said I picked him in like 8 rounds to beat Austin Trout. But, if you want to be impressive and really be great and really get that notoriety, he got to destroy him quicker than that and get a highlight reel knockout and steal the show. Because he's in L.A. on a Hispanic card with Mars and Leo Santa Cruz, so he got to be excited and bring the heat and steal the card. And he can make some Hispanic fans that night at Staples Center and on TV because they all be tuning in for Mars and Santa Cruz. So he got to capitalize on this ability, and I think that's why they put him in this fight with Santa Cruz and Mars to get some more fans in the Hispanic fan base moving forward. It's TBC and more. Let me know what y'all think.